going after you and they were like trying to get Spotify to cancel you, creators like me who go against kind of mainstream were very nervous because like if YouTube just pulled my show, I'm kind of fucked.
Right.
So it's like if they could take down Joe, we're done.
Yeah.
But they, Spotify with a lot of respect hung fast.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Like, if I wasn't on Spotify and I was only on YouTube at the time, I might have been fucked. Because they were taking people down for actual, real, truthful information.
Yes.
That was, in their eyes, malinformation that would cause vaccine hesitancy.
Still no apologies.
No.
But it was a risky time, to be non-politically correct, before it was safe to.
Yeah, it was a very dangerous time and weird because it's like instantly dangerous. Like it wasn't like that before. Then all of a sudden, like anything you could say could get your career ruined.
Yep.
And again, everybody turned out to be right. Everybody was right that masks don't work. Everybody was right that the vaccine didn't stop the infection, didn't stop
wasn't a
transmission.
vaccine.
It wasn't a vaccine. It has a bunch of side effects.
The pangolin is nonsense. I mean, we knew that all of this. It was just intuitive.
The lab leak theory was racist.
Yeah, it was racist. Oh my goodness, the R word.
They tried anything. They tried anything they could to silence any opposition.
Why?
You were going to say something. Do you mind? You were going to say you had a question, I think.
I forget.
We steamed over it. But we were talking about like the weirdness of that time, about how dangerous it was. Like, it was real touch and go. It was real weird. There was like a lot of forces that were trying to get me removed because I was talking to people that they were deeming quacks. One of them, which is Robert Malone, who has 9 patents on the creation of mRNA vaccine technology. I mean, these are rock solid credentials these people had. They weren't kooks like Jay Bhattacharya. All these people are Stanford, MIT, Harvard, all the people from the Great Barrington Declaration. These are legitimate researchers and scientists that didn't agree with the narrative, and they were getting them removed from Twitter.
And they had awards through their careers, highly revered and respected, and then suddenly no.
It didn't matter because these people, unfortunately, had a conscience. And they were saying, well, this is not what I know. I am an actual expert, and I do not think that the information they're giving out is correct. So I'm going to speak my mind. And and then there's also a concerted effort by Fauci, and his group, to go after these people and to attack these people publicly.
Yes, and when it was very early on, I forget even what paper I had released an op-ed in some paper, criticizing a lot of this and lockdowns. Like my dojo was closed down and was trying to fight with masks on. So I was angry. And then within weeks of that, it suddenly became politicized. And I was like, now I'm fucked. And now it's a political issue? How is this a political issue?
Right.
But it was politicized. And I don't know why. I don't know why it was all shut down.
I think it's all just money. I think the vaccine companies wanted to make as much money as possible. And then anything that contributed to vaccine hesitancy was not for the greater good of public health. It was because the more vaccine hesitancy, the less profit they would have. I think it's real simple. Yeah.
I agree, but that's really gross.
It is gross. But it's also gross that they would prescribe it for children because it was totally unnecessary. So the only reason why they would prescribe it for children or mandate it for children to get into schools is because they wanted to make as much money as possible. And they made an insane amount of money. So it did work. It was effective. But boy, did it destroy a lot of credibility.
It certainly did. And it definitely worked. Where my wife was working, it was a mandatory vaccine situation, but she was working remotely, so didn't really have to get it. But I can see that the narrative was starting to catch with her. And I'm like, honey, hold fast. This is a story. It was a left-wing company, and they're just following the narrative. They don't just hold fast. Don't get that shot. And she didn't.
Yeah, luckily. I know people that did, and I know people that have real fucking problems right now.
Same.
Yeah.
Like they got long COVID suddenly.
Yeah, and it's weird that long COVID is something that mostly affects people that have gotten vaccinated, but they want to call it long COVID. They don't want to call it vaccine injury.
Nope.
It's just, the whole thing is very creepy because it just shows you if something is very clear and obvious and it's a real disease and we know the origin of it now and we know that all this stuff has been done to obscure it, how many other elements of society, how many other stories that are in the news have also been distorted and twisted around in order to promote a very specific narrative? And how effective have they been at doing this? It's not like this is the only time they've ever done this. So COVID was kind of a window into disinformation and about how the government can use these ploys and manipulation and, using these tactics of humiliating these established scientists, ruining their careers, attacking their credentials. And what other things have they used these on? What other, geopolitical aspirations have they masked in all this bullshit? The whole thing is just it's very disconcerting to find out that the people that have been running the country are super comfortable with lying.